Let's talk about how to take empowered action when the world feels like it's falling apart. Because let's be honest, it feels like that right now, doesn't it? The economy might be falling apart, people are at each other's throats, our rights are being taken away, and it's just really hard to get by. But what's not helpful is if we find ourselves not being able to take action, if we constantly have to wait for the world to get better in order for our lives to get better, in order for us to feel like our needs are met and that we are going in the right direction. But the truth is, if we wait, if we allow for our circumstances to determine what our life is going to be like, we're not going to be happy with the results. And so I'm going to be talking today about how to get out of victim mindset. The thing is, if we take empowered action, there is always going to be a way for us to shift the tides. But if we wait, if we just sit here not taking any action, thinking everything is hopeless, everything is horrible, then guess what? Everything is going to be horrible. Now, just because the world is crappy doesn't mean that we have to accept that as a truth. There's plenty that we can do as individuals for ourselves to make sure that we are always provided for. And the thing is that even if right now things are terrible, you can't pay your rent, relationships are bad, maybe you are super burnt out and tired from work. If you are still breathing, if you still wake up every day, the truth is that you have enough to be alive. You have enough to survive the next day. And so, no matter what is going on, you can take action. Now, I want to talk about how do we go from feeling like there's nothing that's going for us and we are powerless to feeling like we are empowered and we have every single thing that we need in order to manifest our dreams without gaslighting yourself and spiritual bypassing. I see that a lot of manifestation gurus and spiritual guides, they will advise that we have to be in constant positive mindset in order for to make anything happen, and that we have to believe somehow magically that everything is great in order for things to improve. I just don't think that's realistic for people. And while there is a sliver of truth in the necessity to be positive in order to invite positivity to us, some of us are just simply not in the position to do that. And I'm here to say that that is not necessary in order for us to be empowered in our lives. In the bare minimum, really what we need to realize is that as long as we have the privilege to wake up and breathe every day, that's all that we need. What is really important is that you realize that to be alive is the greatest privilege. And from there, what you create from there is really up to you. And it's not about the end goal of if you want to become the queen of Sheba or become the next billionaire. The end goal is not what's important. It's actually your commitment to living life and fulfilling your potential. And that means the journey is important. When you realize that it's the journey that's important, then you realize that you have the power right now to take the next step. Because if it is that you want to create a billionaire empire of businesses, no matter what, you need to take the next step, right? If it is that you want to become rich and famous, or if you want to become that next famous actor, that's great. But in order to do that, you need to maybe go to acting classes if you don't know how to act. You need to know how to invest your money if you don't know how to invest. But if we get caught in magical thinking, all of a sudden I feel great and I feel pretty, and so somebody's just going to come magically across the street to tell me that I'm going to sign the deal to be in this movie. It's not going to happen like that. Action and is what determines your progress. The steps forward are what determine your progress. If you are stuck in a place where you're in pain, you're in real pain, if you are sick, if you are not getting enough to eat. These are all circumstances in which you can still take action in order for you to get your needs met. If you know that you are sick because you're not getting enough sleep, what are the steps that you need to take in order for you to get the sleep that you need? If we rely on the external world to be like, you don't have enough sleep, I feel bad for you, and so I'm going to mandate that you sleep, you are putting your power outside of yourself in order to get your needs met. And if you do that, you are actually taking your ability to survive away. You must choose proactively to take the steps in order for you to get what you need, in order to take the next breath, in order to take the next step towards your life. So, if you are stuck right now in victim mindset, here are a couple of things you can do right now to re-empower yourself. The first is to breathe, because no matter how horrible life might seem, you can still inhale and exhale. And that's all you need to do to keep living. Inhale and exhale. And that's why the yogis put so much emphasis on doing practices like pranayama, breathing practices. Because yes, we can influence the breath to feel different things in our body, but at the end of the day, is all you need to do to regulate your nervous system. If you want to get a little bit more detail in it, the exhale, if we elongate it, helps us to go from fight or flight and freeze to relaxed, rest, and digest. Another thing that you can do to regulate your nervous system is to take stock of your surroundings. Because if you're not being attacked by a bear, if no one is coming at you right now, which I'm assuming if you're watching this video, that's true, pause a moment, and as you're breathing, take a look around your room, wherever you might be. Just take stock of the fact that you're safe, that no one is attacking you right now. No one is trying to take away your life force right now. And because of that, you're okay. And because you're okay, you're safe. You have the power to take the next step to live. So I want you to know that no matter how bad things are, you always have the ability to make life better because you are alive. And the only way that you couldn't change your choices, the only way you can't make the next decision is if somebody takes away your life. If somebody actually were to be like, cut it off right now. But as long as you are able to take the next breath, you're here, you're good, and you have the ability to move forward. And that's all that you need to make sure that whatever step it is that you are going to do next is one that is supportive to you.